What's up, guys? Christmas Review Keith here, and today we're finally going to talk about One Piece chapter 978. And it's been 2 weeks since the last chapter, and I'm sorry for the lack of content in the previous week. Shonen Jump was on break, so there was stuff that I couldn't talk about, obviously. I mean, I could have, but I felt like, might as well take a break for once, read some other stuff. But anyway, so 978 starts off, and I have to say, I'm really enjoying this arc of One Piece even more as we go along. So the chapter essentially starts with them being like, okay, let's go with this plan. We'll go on the submarine. We'll all meet at the rear gate. So Law takes Ashura Kawamatsu, Raizo, and Kiku in the sub so they can go around the whirlpools surrounding the island so they can get to the back entrance using Law's op fruit, while Kin and Denjiro lead the samurai along with the rest of the alliance to head on to battle. And Sicilian goes with the Minx. I believe it wasn't shown in the panel, but I think Dogstrom was most likely in the submarine as well. Perhaps Shinobu also. It was a small panel, so it's possible they're all with Law right now because I didn't see them in the actual raid. So everyone starts to get onto the island. We make it into Onigashima, and let me just hold on. I mean, just look at how. Damn. Okay, the glare is very weird. The glare from the light is very weird. But yeah, you can't see it very well. Hold on. I think that's better. Yeah, much better. I mean, just look at how the port of Onigashima actually looks. It looks honestly pretty damn cool. And this is something you kind of have to expect from Oda. I mean, this was honestly pretty damn. It was really nice for a port. For this big area, it looks really nice, and it doesn't even look like it belongs to someone as ruthless as Kaido. It looks like it's something for a royal family or something like that. I mean, obviously, aside from the giant skull-shaped mountain, but But anyway, so everyone starts going into the ports. Some of these guards are. Usopp notices some of the guards, and they are drunk and stuff. They notice the ships. I think Usopp ends up using his green stars to make flowers that'll put them straight to sleep. Then they all knock out. So what happens next is, as everyone crosses the bridge, Kinemon actually set up. Apparently, you can do this now. He set up a little area on the bridge where anyone that walks through it will have their clothes instantly change to Kaido's group's clothes. So there's that. I mean, originally it was like, what's with all the enemies? And then it is pointed out by Robin, who ends up saying that it basically is everyone. And we do get this awesome reaction from Kid and his crew, like, what the hell is going on here? Why did our outfits change? With Killer, going laughing and everything because of the smile fruit, because of the failed smile fruits. But so Kin does state that anyone that walks over the bridge will have the everything like that. Their appearance will in fact change, but if they take off those clothes or if they get damaged, they will go back to their original clothing. So that is a plus. So that is a plus. And I have to say the reaction to Sanji so the Straw Hats obviously are kind of confused. Luffy is kind of excited, excited and impressed by how he looks. He thinks the outfit looks kind of cool. Nami's outfit is kind of sexy, but you gotta love Sanji's reaction the very second they all change. But another thing I want to state, I know I kind of said this bit out of order, but the one thing I had to state is that once they reach to the port, everyone's wondering if they'll notice all these ships. But the second the samurai disembarked, they sank all their ships because they don't need a getaway plan. This is a do or die situation. And Brook essentially reaffirms this by saying either they'll win or they'll die. These guys are determined to fight this battle, which is honestly really good. And even Usopp and Chopper were questioning, like, well, you have to do this to the Sunny? And Frankie's like, over my dead body. And I'm just glad Jinbei ended up chiming in for the obvious, like, only a few ships they'd be able to hide. Most likely Luffy and Kid's ships. So those could be hidden somewhere, most likely. And since the guards are asleep, that is the thing. And since Kin changed the clothing of all the samurai and Kid and Luffy's crews, they'll be able to sneak in. They're like, don't do any unnecessary battles. Do whatever you want once you get inside, but don't cause any ruckus until we make it to the main force, to Kaido's mansion, essentially, to the meeting place where you can all meet up, essentially. I mean, telling that to Luffy and Kid, yeah, you're not going to everything go as planned. But on the upside, since all the samurai ships are kind of, sunken, and let's say they do notice Kid and Luffy ships, they'll only expect the Kid and Straw Hat Pirates, not the samurai, not the Minks, no one. So that does essentially help with the plan. So moving on, we actually go into the party where Queen is dancing around. Apu is doing his DJ thing, as Queen essentially sounds off all the members of the Beastman Pirates, like the waiters, the people waiting to get devil fruit power, the artificial smile fruit powers, the pleasurers, the people who are stuck smiling because they failed the devil fruits, the gifters, etc. Then he ends up talking about then he ends up saying like the headliners, and then who are the more higher ranking members of Kaido's crew, and then Queen himself, along with King and Jack, but they're not shown in this chapter at all. Queen mentions the Tobi Roppo and says, and since they don't sound down, it's like, they're a bunch of sticks in the mud or something like that. They're sticks in the mud or something like that. And then we cut to Orochi, like laughing and stuff like that, saying that everything's lively. And then Queen ends up saying, we got special guests, Big Mom's children, and everyone's like, what? So it is confirmed Big Mom's children are in this party. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense if Big Mom was there herself, and we wouldn't have her crew show up. So there's that. But then as this is going on, we start cutting to the Tobi Roppo. Now I want to clarify one thing from my last review video when the Tobi Roppo were mentioned. It turns out they were mentioned previously around the beginning of the arc, and that X-Drake is a member of them. I don't know why I forgot about this. I remember a lot of the other stuff for the Wano arc up until this point, but not that. But I guess my memory isn't the best in the world, as I thought. But hey, it is what it is. But anyway, so we do get the sound off and see all the members of the Tobi Roppo from the Animal Kingdom Pirates, and X-Drake is there. So we got guys like, I'm sorry if I'm holding this up in this video, I can't remember all their names. Aside from X-Drake, we got Ulti, who has the horn, so I think something similar to maybe a bull or an Oni type devil fruit or something like that. Page 1, and since he calls Ulti sis, I assume they're siblings. There's Who's Who. Yeah, I don't get why he's named that, but hey. Black Maria. Another interesting name choice, but it could be due to her devil fruit power. Aside from X-Drake, we also got Sasaki. So from all this, we basically get to see like their basic reactions and stuff like that. Like how they're questioning why they're even here. Ulti's kind of snapped at Queen and stuff like that. And page 1 says for her not to act like she's snapping at people, because it's not really, apparently that's not her actual personality. They all kind of play off each other like they're an actual group of people, like they've known each other for a while. Then they end up going into the conversation like, what if Queen ended up dying and there was a position left on flying headliners? So apparently page 1's nickname that Ulti gives him is Pepe, which he hates. So they all essentially go turn by turn with the whole like next headliner thing. Ulti nominates page 1. Who's Who doesn't really say anything. X-Drake declines it. Sasaki basically says, well, since you're declining it, that's perfectly fine. But I highly doubt page 1 is going to take the headliner spot. And then they're wondering why they're even called here. Like Kaido said, it was urgent and stuff like that. And Sasaki's like, when Kaido says something's urgent, it's urgent. Then Ulti ends up like snapping for no reason. Like more family stuff. What's this? This isn't important, and everyone's like shocked and yelling at her, saying, "Don't snap at something like that," because Kaido could kill them at any moment, no matter how strong they are. I mean, it's Kaido. He's the strongest beast he's the strongest creature in the world. But yeah, I mean, based from the interactions we get with these characters, you can. Oh man, I can't get the camera angle right. Based on the interactions we get with these characters, they have obviously known each other. I mean, we all know that X-Drake is a member of SWORD, who's a secret organization within the Marines, most likely opposite the Cypher Pole, and I feel like I believe the other members of SWORD could in fact be other than Kobe. I'm guessing maybe Hina, Smoker, Tashigi. It's more than likely that Garp and Sengoku could be a part of it. I mean, it is possible because they are the old generation of Marines, but they're the best examples of Marines, and having all of them in this secret organization makes a lot of sense. And X-Drake is reporting everything to SWORD, so that's a lot to keep in mind. At first, when I was thinking, okay, X-Drake is a member of these guys, maybe everyone here is also secretly a member of the world government or the Marines, but then I'm thinking that would be a stupid idea. Having way too many spies would be really stupid. Now, I mean, it is possible that maybe one more person is a spy, but then again, there's also a spy for Blackbeard in Wano somewhere, so he knows what's going on in Wano, which I just realized, but I ended up going back in some other chapters just to look at other stuff. Apparently, when Blackbeard was talking, he ended up mentioning Wano, so yeah. But this chapter was most likely just, okay, everyone finally landed on Onigashima, and we get introduced to the flying headliners, and also the fact that Kandro didn't report the failed ambush on the samurai, and that they're all still partying, so they're not noticing anything, so their infiltration will go a lot smoother. So I feel like everything up to the initial infiltration will be as planned, but things will be even more strenuous due to the fact that Big Mom's crew is there as well, adding on to Kaido's insanely powerful forces and numerous forces. But the fact that all of Kaido's men are drunk, most likely, I mean, it doesn't affect Kaido too much, just his decision-making. But it does kind of bode well, because the only ones that I believe will be able to fight would most likely be the Tobi Roppo, the headliners, the Oniwabushi, and Big Mom's children, along with Kaido and Big Mom themselves. So yeah, it's obvious. All the lower members of the crew will be like cannon fodder, and then with King, Queen, Jack, Tobi Roppo, etc., it'll be a battle between the actual named characters and stuff like that. We also gotta know what Kandro's doing, because I think right now he's going back to the capital or something like that to try and find Hiyori, kidnap her, possibly even kill her. So there's that going on. But the thing is, the one thing that caught my eyes, especially, and this is a good way to end the chapter, was when Ulti ended up mentioning that this is that Kaido most likely called for family reasons or family business. So it's like, this most likely has to relate to what Kaido said in the last chapter about his son. So does he have a son? Did he have a son and that son is dead? We don't know. And we'll most likely get bits and pieces of this information later down the line. Unfortunately, Shonen Jump's on break again next week. And unfortunately, it was not a double issue like I was speculating. But at the very least, we got this chapter for One Piece, and even though we're going to have to wait another 2 weeks for the next chapter, it'll be well worth the wait. I mean, it's One Piece. If it comes out looking even better than it should, that's all we really need. And if Oda gets more time to like unwind a bit, relax, or think things through to see what he wants to add in more, or how he wants to fully flesh out the inevitable conflict of this arc, that's perfectly fine. Promised Neverland still has another, I believe, 2 weeks until it comes back with its next chapter, because it's got like a month wait from the last time I made a review. But other than that, this is another great chapter of One Piece, and I really look forward to see what's going to happen next, because the fights are going to end up showing up in the next couple of chapters, most likely. Because right now everything's just set up for the initial conflict. But with all that said and done, I hope you guys are staying safe out there, and I really hope you enjoy this, and read the chapter for yourself. Read the chapter for yourself before watching this video. Otherwise, there would be no point in you watching this video. But yeah, other than that, stay safe and have an awesome day.